We are reflecting upon another extraordinary year for the Health Board. We can see in our services the impact the COVID-19 has made on the communities that we serve. The need and the demand for services over the past year has been the most challenging that I have ever witnessed in the health service. While we cannot deny the challenges, we can also take time to celebrate the good things too. Not least the success of the COVID-19 vaccination programme, which has allowed society to get back to something like a near normal state. It's also allowed the unwinding of many of the COVID-19 measures that were put in place. And we in the health service have continued our journey to return to something approaching business as usual. But this success has also come at a cost. 3 years of the pandemic has had a profound effect on our amazing workforce. Their resolve and commitment continue to astound us all. It is so humbling to see their incredible dedication and their incredible service. And we owe everyone working and volunteering in the Health Board a huge debt of gratitude. We recognise that access to treatment and care has been constrained over the past 3 years, and this has led to delays in treatment. We are deeply sorry if you have experienced delays in accessing care and treatment. We are doing absolutely everything to ensure our services return to pre-pandemic levels. The pandemic's also had an impact on our finances, and we've been unable to make the savings that we need to make, and we're trying to make up for 2 years of lost time. Our vision to move from a service which treats illness to a service that helps people to keep well, and services which are delivered closer to home, remains undimmed. Join us on our story of challenge and success as it unfolds.
Together, we're putting people at the heart of everything we do.
Your health and well-being is our priority, and we have been working hard to improve your experience with us. In what has been a challenging time for primary care, we have engaged with residents from all over the 3 counties to understand what healthcare is needed in our community. We have invested in our hospitals so we can reduce waiting lists and improve our patients' experience during their time in our care. From our £20 million day surgery unit at Prince Philip Hospital that allows us to provide surgery to thousands of patients more quickly, to a new modern labour ward at Glangwili Hospital. We have been working with technology partners to introduce artificial intelligence that helps us to predict the length of a patient's stay in hospital, and our waiting list support service continues to help people waiting for treatment.
We are working together to be the best we can be.
As a geographically diverse rural health board, partnership working is vital for us. During the past year, we have continued to work with a broad range of partners to support the well-being of our people and our communities. In Carmarthenshire, we have been better able to support people in their homes thanks to our partnership with Carmarthenshire Council, Delta Wellbeing and our advanced paramedic practitioners. We have even been able to avoid the need for hospital admission altogether in some cases. During the spring and summer, we worked closely with Ceredigion Council and the Urdd to welcome and support refugees fleeing the war in Ukraine. In Pembrokeshire, the local authority launched Operation Nightingale to identify and support social care for people across the local community. Working together in partnership is the key to our success, whether this be within our own family of incredible staff or those we work with outside the Health Board.
Together, we're striving to deliver and develop excellent services.
We are always looking for innovative ways to improve the healthcare and experiences we offer you, such as new ways of treating illness, reducing waiting lists, and freeing up hospital beds. In the last year, we became the first health board to achieve the Digital Inclusion Charter, which aims not only to adopt technology, but to support people in accessing it and understanding how to use it. We worked with ORCA, the Organisation for the Review of Care and Health Apps, and became the first in Wales to launch a healthcare application library that contains hundreds of independently reviewed apps. We're proud that the Health Board has also been awarded more than £435,000 of funding from UK Research and Innovation for 2 projects aimed at developing and improving systems to support healthcare and planning on a local and national level in Wales.
We want the best health and well-being for our communities.
Over the last year, we have been asking you for your ideas and opinions about how you would like healthcare to look in the future. Earlier this year, we invited members of the public, staff and partner organisations to share their views about 3 potential sites for a new planned and urgent care hospital as part of our wider strategy to improve health and care in the region. These are part of our ambitious plans now being considered by Welsh Government, which, if successful, could result in the region of £1.3 billion investment into health and care in Mid and West Wales. We also submitted plans to Welsh Government for a new health and wellbeing centre in Crosshands. If approved, the centre will provide a base for health and care services for the benefit of local communities in the Aman and Gwendraeth areas. Engaging with you, the people of Mid and West Wales, has enabled us to focus our wellbeing plans on what you and our communities tell us matters to you.
Together, we're aiming to provide safe, sustainable, accessible and kind care.
As a health board, we want you to feel safe and well looked after when you're in our care. So this has been a busy and productive year in terms of improving the quality of the care we give you. In November 2022, 12 project teams from across the Health Board, including maternity, community services, mental health and general medicine, worked on a range of projects from support for unpaid carers to the development of an induction of labour booking system. We have also provided dedicated support throughout the year to teams in patient safety areas such as falls, pressure damage, nutrition and hydration, and medicines management improvement. The waiting list support service continues to help patients waiting for elective care and has contacted more than 18,000 patients over the last year. Staff wellbeing is key to ensuring a sustainable workforce, and we have been recognised for supporting and promoting the health and wellbeing of our staff through the Healthy Working Wales programme. We are committed to supporting the use of the Welsh language to support our Welsh-speaking staff and patients, and have appointed a confidence-building officer as part of the Work Welsh scheme.
Together we are making sustainable use of our resources.
Being sustainable as a health board is important to us socially, environmentally and economically. We want to ensure that we can make a positive impact on society by supporting a robust workforce, developing local supply chains and joint working with other public sector bodies to reduce waste. We are making a positive contribution to addressing the climate emergency. Over the last year, we have continued our programme of installing energy efficiency technologies to reduce our carbon footprint. These include the installation of a solar farm with enhanced green space and biodiversity at our Hywel Dda AGM site, solar canopies at South Pembrokeshire Hospital, and building energy management systems on our community sites at Bronglais Hospital. In economic terms, we are going through a tremendously challenging time, but we are making progress and are constantly looking for ways to deliver services in a sustainable way into the future. In this short video, you have seen us at our best, and as we have endured some of our greatest challenges. Our story continues day in, day out, providing care for those that matter most, you and your loved ones, and our loved ones too, our dedicated, professional, caring and compassionate teams of staff, volunteers and partners. But before we come to an end, here is a final vision of what's over the horizon from our Chief Executive, Steve Moore.
Well, over the last 3 years, I think the NHS has been through possibly the most challenging time in its history, and at every moment of that pandemic, our staff have constantly risen to the challenge, shown their resilience, shown their kindness, shown their perseverance in dealing with some really challenging situations. Of course, for last financial year, we were still very much in the pandemic. We had the hope that the vaccinations brought to us, but we also had a significant amount of recovery to undertake with all the people who've been waiting for our services. And we saw in that year some very challenging moments for both our staff and for our local population. And I'm very proud of the work that everyone's done to really rise to that challenge. I think what the pandemic's taught me more clearly than anything is that in the end, our strength comes from our people. The people we have the benefit of working in our organisation and the people we work with out in our local communities. And that's why for me going forward, the whole strategy for West Wales is fundamentally built with people at its heart. And whilst things are still really very challenging, actually we do have a clear vision now about how we're both going to recover, how we're going to address our long-standing financial challenges, but also build a health system which is resilient and sustainable for the future. And we have a lot to do in that regard, but we have the processes now in place. We have the discussions going on, the consultations going on, to ensure that we can start now to come out of what's been a very challenging few years into a much more brighter future ahead.